In the corner while you've all been discussing sort of what we might be able to do better. But one of the things we've sort of been listening to is the idea that UKTI is here to support businesses to export. Now we've got a challenge that by 2020 that we're bringing in £1 trillion worth of exports into this country. And that's quite a big challenge, but the idea is that we can't do it without you. So how do we best help you achieve that? Well, how about UKTI put their money where their mouth is? How about UKTI actually took on board comments about mentoring, about in-depth support? And how about UKTI gave you some money to put a resource into your business, to business develop overseas? So how about 2 years? The government gives you enough funding for 2 years to either employ someone or to bring resource into your business to do exactly that, to get your business out there developing your exports. Okay, well hang on a minute, we're going through a spending review at the moment. How's the government going to justify forking out that kind of money? Well okay, let's look at it like a student loan idea. If you're successful with this additional support and you reach a certain threshold, you start to pay it back over 10 years. So we've given you additional resource. Obviously you're talking about mentoring there. The resource would need to be right for the business. The resource would need to understand the business, understand how to do the business development and actually take you through that journey. So how about we helped you reach that threshold, help UK develop that £1 trillion worth of export, and then at the end of it, the money goes back and we move on and do it with another business. Something completely different. Rather than just throwing portals at you, and portals and information I think are fantastic resources, but it's what you do with those resources to actually turn them into business. And that's what we're suggesting might be an idea to help you with. Any questions? Or stunned silence. Is that in the back there?
Where do I sign up?
Fantastic.
That sounds like a proposition that's too good to be true.
Would it be allowed, John? I mean, is the fulfilment side of things, the kind of the export development work allowed under European competition law?
I didn't say where the money was coming from.
It's an idea.
See, that's an alternative. You could look at alternative resources for money. It could be private equity. But you know, the idea was, yes, try and get it from Treasury. That would be the best way to do it. And then we use UKTI resource to actually hands-on help you develop your exports. Yeah.
One of the things we talked about for funding, looking at how we'd resource, something like a portal, was lottery funding. I mean, I know, you get it goes towards charities, but in terms of helping build, Britain, as it were, UK PLC, would that be a concept?
Absolutely.
Considered?
Why not? Stunned silence.
What's the process for taking these ideas forward?
What's the process for
including
taking
yours?
Well, it's on film now. It's on film now, it's going back to London. The whole idea is that the information from these export jams gets fed back in and that UKTI takes the ideas, the feedback from these events and says, well, what can we do with it going forward?
The only snag with that, leaving aside the money tree, the only snag with that is, unless I've misheard you, it's still company by company. Whereas most of the pitches here showed how we could learn from one another, especially these two groups, but generally we were all on the same page. Mm-hmm. How would that couple up? Because by giving an individual company DOSH, he's not learning zip from anyone else, is he?
Okay, UKTI is still a team organisation. There are a number of ITAs around the country, there are a number of ITAs in each region. There are resources that we can draw on, there are resources for individuals who could be mentors or virtual export managers, who are all part of that team. And we actually as an organisation do, despite what you may think, actually work together as a team to support you. So whilst it could be your specific and individual advisor, it could be part of a wider resource to support the whole of all the businesses together, and those advisors do actually talk to each other.
I think that mixed with a portal would be a great idea. If they went, we're not going to build a portal because you're employing your own people, that's a bad idea. If we've got the portal, we've now got the staff who can manage the portal, right? Because we've been able to bring them on board.
I think it might be more desirable if you give X amount of figure per company to gain and not have to pay it back if they reach that target. Bring that back into the economy.
Fair enough.
Save by the hoover.
Oh, sorry, I didn't do my Lego. I do apologise.
Well, do it now.
So we've got government, you can tell it's government, a little bit of blue at the top, giving money to your business to put somebody on a plane to go and export.